Alright, good afternoon. We are getting going again with our Holy Nation playthrough. We are currently just unloading some armor. We have gotten to the point where we have all of our turrets manned. We have an extensive defense system. We don't even bother closing the gates unless we have a major raid coming. We've got one extra animal. Our food is being processed quickly. We don't seem to have any need to actually get more cooks going yet. Human recruit was struggling with the stairs. I've got to change that person's name off of human recruit. I guess I just kind of auto clicked through by accident. They stayed human recruit. But we're still not outpacing our cooking with our plant growing. But it's fast enough that our food stores over here are piling up. We're making way more food than we're eating. We bought some just to stock up here on this side of the base. We have gotten our crafters pretty high up into the skills. 94 is looking really good. And then if we look at Stack Brecht, we've got him at a 94 as well. We're going to basically pause his crafting until we can unlock better science. We've got nice swords for the next few recruits, but the next focus is to get our science up. We've had a few of our enemies get brought to the light. We have a few new paladins who are very strong. Some of them are even more gifted fighters than Righteous D, even if they're not necessarily as faithful as he is. We have a big storehouse here. This is where we're keeping some of the people that are about to be brought to the light. Ooh, they need healed. They're not they're going to see a lot more light than I intended if I don't heal them. Guys, can you go first aid? Why can't I first aid? That's so weird. Ugh. What in the world? No one said set free. Gosh. Okay, you pick them up. You first aid them. Boris. You pick this one up. William, you first aid. There, not so hard. I wish I hadn't just re-beat that person down into the ground. That's unfortunate. They're going to be out a long time. I hope I remember they're here. We also lost a few Dust Bandit level recruits because we forgot they were in there. Just going to be honest. And it didn't go so well for them. They got very, very hungry. It's unfortunate, but at the end of the day, they were enemies, and if they didn't come to the light soon enough, that's more of a them problem than an us problem, I guess. So that's where the chest plates are, leg plates, helmets, and then the boots are going to go over here. So animals, where are you? Okay, you have leg plates. I'm transferring all of the armor over from our prisoner holding area. I just want to have it all in one location and sorted and organized. So like each wall has different stuff on it. Excuse me. I was a little under the weather earlier this morning. That's why we had to end early. Whole family's got a sore throat. Now my wife's got a cough. But per the usual, I'm already feeling better. Which she's happy, sad about. Happy, jealous about, maybe. But yeah, it's kind of usually how it goes. I get sick for like 5 minutes and feel better. Just chug some emergency and drink some water, and I'm good to go. So we're unloading armor, and we'll keep going tonight. No reason to hold up the stream if I'm feeling up for it. And we're just relocating all of this armor here. It's kind of a hassle having him craft it in batches like this. I think what I'm going to do now is have him craft it in batches by manually putting in the batch. Like make me 10 of this, then make me 10 of that, then make me 10 of this, then make me 10 of that. And hopefully that will work. We might have to make it in batches of filled containers, like figure out how many go into a container. That way he doesn't try to stick extra armor into a container. I don't know. Okay, this is helmets. That's going to go here. But we do have a lot of specialist grade or better. We've been keeping anything that was that grade or better, anticipating a large influx of people. We do have, if you look at it, excuse me, I'm going to try not to be coughing the whole time. The 41 people on turrets, between the turrets down here on the ground and the turrets at the front gate and the back gate. We've got a bunch of cows that are help moving things in general. I guess I still have more boots. My goodness. We accidentally left him working on boots for a very long time. But if we make him make them in batches of what fits into a storage chest, even though that's not going to make an even number of them, it'll still prevent us from having to like really micro control him or accidentally make a billion boots. Like we probably won't need boots until we decide everybody's got to have masterwork for sure. Let's see. Like I said, the food's looking good. We have plenty of supplies. We've got an okay amount of money. Anytime we set up Zill to start crafting, he always has way more fabric left over. It takes a lot less fabric than it does the armor plating to make the armor. So anytime we have him crafting, what we do is set him up to also go make bandanas once he runs out. And that's been working pretty well, especially as I'm managing the base for longer and it's taking longer to get stuff done. It makes sure he has something to do when he runs through all of this armor plating. It makes sure we make some money so that we can get more. And it just kind of fills that gap so he's not standing around doing nothing. I've got new recruits here. Now that we've moved the armor, it's probably time to get these guys ready. Are you up yet? Let's go stick him in a bed and we'll just have to keep an eye on it. Right. Oh, that's a girl with really good stats. Well, that's unfortunate. Um, I guess we can have a really badass cook. But, oh boy. We can't have any females in the army because just running around. Oh, there two of them are female. We're gonna have some very badass cooks. It's frustrating. But that's kind of just the reality of it. If we walk around with them, we're going to get into trouble eventually. The paladins are going to throw a fit, so we're just going to have to figure something out. She is in shape, though. My goodness. Let's see, what do we got here? Shorty. Let's do saucy. That sounds good. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're gonna have sexy badass cooks apparently. Her name is Stinks. I really want to change that. I really want to change that. But she's short. Oh gosh. Peace. You're good to go. Your neck's all jacked up, dude. What's up with your neck? Where's the neck position? Yeah, there we go. Straighten that out a little. You're freaking me out. Just had to double check you're a dude, man. We got laws around here. Zep is a dude. And then we're going to do a save and reload because my turret guys will absolutely blast these guys if we don't reload. It's kind of frustrating. That's why I try to do recruitment in groups because it's really bad having to reload every time you recruit people. But it's just one of the little glitches with the mod, you know. It's a miracle that it works that we can even recruit enemies. But this will keep our turrets from absolutely blasting her if she goes anywhere near the food. All of them will just turn around and light her up. We don't really want that. Alright. Now, no, don't highlight a bunch of people. And by leaving the gates open when people inevitably spawn outside, because this game is weird, they can still just walk back in, which is nice. Let's trade with Peas. We'll give her a shirt and some pants. Because you need pants. Can't be walking around like a hussy. Can't have it. And we'll trade with Stinks. Alright. We will set everyone free. Dang, those people are fast. I guess they're going to bed to rest up. Stinks is already over it. Alright, so we could have more cooks, but I honestly think we need to look at maybe more farmers. The gunners are dealing with something. What is it? Not sure what he's doing. I guess they were just going to go help fight. Okay, Peas and Stinks. What do I want you to do? I guess we could just set them up to cook. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. None of our like actual farms are going unattended. And if we set them up to haul, they'll just haul to a specific thing. Megan, okay. You're just there for food. Peas, we'll have you go there. Stinks, we'll have you go there. You know, actually, it just hit me, and I don't know why, but it's not that we're not outpacing it with our farm. We actually are. Like, the fact that there's any sitting here at all, we're absolutely outpacing what they're cooking. They're just only taking out what they have to. I see. Okay. I wonder how that's affecting the efficiency here. I wish she would pick up more. Is it a? It's how much she can pick up. We need to get them bags. So we actually are outpacing our cooking. So it's good that we just got 2 new cooks. I'm sure somebody's going to be upset about that, but it's the way the Holy Nation is. They're very traditional and admittedly evil. We're playing the bad guys, but letting them cook while we go get ripped apart by beak things. I think in a world where if you go out to fight, you are getting ripped apart by beak things. I think a lot of women would appreciate the option to work around the base instead. There we go. Put them into the cooks. And then we just got 2 very powerful paladins added to the group. I like to move them more towards the front just so I can kind of have an idea of who's super strong, who I can count on if, things get real. Let's get them weapons first. Oh boy, nothing but Mark II, really? There we go. Mark III. Let's have him grab. I did notice if for any reason someone else loots the human meat out of them, it does seem to kill them. That may be only if they're knocked down, but it's happened enough that it's a thing where I'm careful about it now. And unfortunately, I decided to do the chest plates like opposite of the way I did everything else because I'm a goober, I guess. And I've noticed some of them get recolors, and I thought it had something to do with like how strong they were. But I'm seeing other people get recolors that are not strong by any measure. So I really don't know. I've got to figure out what's up with the recolor just because it seems silly that I don't know why the color's changing. And then we'll set them on engineering later. Oh, that could use a repair. Perfect. So we've got a ton of turret guys. We do just fine with pretty much any attack now. It's kind of obnoxious trying to time opening and closing the doors because we still get allies that show up and they refuse to just wait for the enemy to come through the gate. They'll try to break the gate. It's just silly. But we're still having a lot of success either way. We're about to start cranking out even more food, which is crazy. And once they get good at cooking, it's gonna be gnarly. Oh, like this room's close to overflowing the food. That's amazing. Love to see it. All right, yep. We're going to. How much does it take to fill up heavy armor? 12. Okay. Holy heavy armor. 2, 3, 9, 10, 11, 12. Turn your jobs off. And we're just going to go sell everything we have and get a nice clean start on just making row after row of completely finished boxes of armor. Heck. And fail completely at the auto sell. Every time I think I've figured it out, it proves me wrong. So I'm kind of ready to just let it go. I'll just keep retrying a few times if I have to, but at least with chest plates, it's very simple to sell them all. It's not a lot. to drag and drop. It's not like boots. But the reason we're going to do entire armor boxes is because that is what will allow us to leave him running and he won't stop. They tend, if you make one of each kind of armor piece back to back, they tend to screw it up, frankly. So now that he's only got room to put away 12 of them, he's going to do 12 heavy armor, and then we'll go check and see how many fill up each armor type. So let's go in here. So for the boots, 11, so 44. So you make so many more boots. So 44. 42. And then I bet the leg plates are 16. Okay, so they are all divisible by 2. 44, 16. But that would just mean I would want to multiply. Basically, if I just multiply by 2 for the plates, I'll get close, right? No. 44 and 42. 12. I could do 4 of them. For 16, it would be 3. I know this sounds crazy, so I'm just doing some math in my head. Let's make some notes. 44 for boots. 16, say times 3 for leg plates. And then we said 12 for chest, which is times 4 to get to 48, which is close-ish to the same number. That's all I'm trying to do is stay within making whole boxes. Armor plate, and then for helms, what did we say? It was 42. Yeah, 42. 42 helm. So that's, I don't even know if it'll let me set up that many. So this is currently, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so let me do the armor. Leg plates is 16 times 3. Oh, wait, no, I just did times 2 for the armor. That's not going to work. Hold on. Oh, goodness. This is going to be a hassle, but this is something that is probably worth knowing, is that if you set it up like this, your guys will stop glitching out when they try to put the armor away. And you can still roughly come out with almost the same amount of each item, which is good enough. So I just need to go to 42. Okay. No. I gotta learn to do math, so I need 6 more. It's 48 for armor. Goodness, my brain. For the leg plates, we need 16 times 3, which is 30, 48. Yeah, it should be 48. Okay. Now we need the boots and helmets. Boots is a straight 44. So there's 44 boots. Now we just need helms, which is 42. Okay. I know this is probably insanity, but I'm hoping that's going to work. That should give us 8 armor storage bins full of armor with almost the same amount of each piece. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we'll have to dismantle these. And now that will mess up my whole plan of doing bandanas for money. So we're going to swap that and we're going to go straight into bandanas for money for a little bit because we're not going to need much armor. So when we come in here, we're going to need weapons way more than armor. But we have an entire bin there, 2 bins there, about 3 or 4 bins of leg plates. Chest plates we're the shortest on, but we still have, 12 plus 7, 9. Oh, not 12. Sheesh. So we have 10 plus we have 17. We got to hire 17 dudes before we're going to run out of stuff. So I'm not too worried about that. Get these guys the good healing stuff. And I know that was just absolutely terminally boring. We did go and kill the shinobi thieves. They keep taking back their tower. So we killed them and stole a bunch of their stuff. Also trying to help provide more money. But I think now that we have 4 pretty solid fighters and our noobs are at least dust banded or better, we're going to go looking for science. We're going to trust the base to the people that we have set up here. I mean, the entire point of setting up that base was so that it would be, oh goodness, it would be able to just sustain and defend itself while we focus on expanding the army, which we'll do soon, just not yet. Right now, we want to turn everybody's jobs off. Oh no, drill. Oh, drill needs. We still have 2 that need healing equipment, and we need to grab food. Okay, no big deal. Phil, give you good medical stuff. Come on, guys. You're so slow. We'll give Drill good medical stuff. Everybody's jobs are off. Let's get some food. A little food for the road. We could take the time to pull it from the back, but I can't be bothered. I wonder if any of the cities that are under Holy Nation actually have a good bag merchant. I think Stack does. We'll go hit Stack, see if we can get a few more bags, sell some stuff. Our animals right now are empty, so if we find like a really big treasure trove, we can bring them out with us and have them help. But we're basically just going to hit Stack, sell stuff, and then go on a crazy adventure the entire time we're gone. Our armor smith, who's almost up to making, he's already able to make masterwork, so that's good enough. Just being able to means that eventually he will make enough masterwork gear for everyone. So we're going to have him focused on making money for just the rest of the stream. That way, from there on out, until we have enough armor for a full army, he's focused on making armor. So we'll hit Stack. We'll go up to Narco's Trap. Oh, I've already... Okay, we'll stop back by the base since it's on the way. We actually need to take the science stuff we have confiscated from the different people attacking us. We actually have some science and good loot still sitting on our characters at base. We're going to hand that loot over once these guys all have bags. That way we can sell it all. We can take the science up to Narco's Trap, do the research that needs to be done. We are still, like I said, sticking with very low tech other than making weapons. I really like having the very best weapons. It's overpowered, no doubt, but that's kind of what the modded playthrough is about. This one's more about building a giant, crazy Holy Nation army that is nearly unstoppable. We're going to be able to bring, how many people do we have now? 89. We're going to be able to bring at least 170, 160 people that are solely fighters. That's, well over 5 times what you're normally allowed to even have in your squad. So we're going to be able to just run over anything we want and completely conquer the world for the Holy Nation. We're going to purge every alien life form from the planet, and then we're going to wipe out the United Cities and every bit of banditry we can find. Come on, guys, open up for a paladin, man. That's what I'm talking about. We've got a bunch of stuff we can sell. I don't know why you're buying human meat, dude, but I'm already here, so we'll sell it. Only need like 1 or 2 sets of tools. Oh, that's not good. I'm glad we're going back home. I put the only other, basically a Bible that we have is on Pin, because he was a turret guard. We need to give it to one of the male farmers, because they can move around fast. You got to act fast when Prayer Day shows up. You can't leave them waiting or they get really pissed off. We're going to stick to Thieves' Backpacks, which is ironic that it's called that, but it's really just the most effective backpack that allows us to carry large objects that... we don't need crossbow bolts, so there's not a lot of reason to have a backpack that can handle crossbow bolts. That is something that I thought about. If I hadn't just done crossbows, like just done it, crossbows are actually allowed to be researched by the Holy Nation. Engineering research is not illegal; it's just not sold. Same with electronics. Like you can buy electricals, but you can't set up. You can't do the kind of science that would let you do an electrical crafting bench. Um, which is weird because they seem to not care what we do. I think it's kind of a. I mean, they're obviously a very corrupt government. It's very rules for thee, not for me type deal. I think so because we're paladins. What? I don't understand. Oh, they're in town getting attacked because the guards aren't doing their jobs. No way. Jorgen, pick up Zim and bounce. Well, don't abandon him. Pick up Zim and run. Can't believe Zim was dying. Okay, get off your job, you crazy dude. Go put him in a bed. I didn't even really get an indication. I guess I did. I thought I was clicking on my turret, guys. Well, Zim is okay now. Are there any guards? There's guards. They're just not handling their business. Come on, guys. I need you to protect my workers. Alright, we are home. We need to get the loot from everybody. So we'll have you trade with him. Actually, we'll do it that way, yeah. Not stick us in front of the firing line. Oh, no. Turret gunners. Okay. We're just gonna drop that meat. Looks like that's the last bit. We're just gonna have him burn those weapons. They're not worth trying to trade. What are they? They're Katoon too. I go, oh well. Oh well. We're gonna have a fortune by the time we get back. Not that worried about it. Okay, yeah, we almost left without it again. We need the science. That's what we're here for. That all in our little backpack here. Okay. Now I need to head straight to Narco's trap. That's all we gotta do. We get to Narco's trap. Turn that over. We don't have anybody extra, do we? Okay. Put the science in there. Try to click the research button. I think all we need, though, yeah, all we need are AI cores. So this isn't actually even going to work. Heck. Okay. Change of plans. If all we need are AI cores, we're going to grab the science, sell it somewhere else in one of these crazy hellholes like Flats Lagoon, and then we'll go looking for our AI cores. Because that's what we really need to get done. We need AI cores. I keep forgetting we're already at the point where that's the only thing that matters. Horace, is there anything you can research with what you have? Batteries. Advanced medicine is ancient science books, so we can't make the good medical kits. Because other than weapons, we're just not doing that. Which, to be perfectly honest, is just because the whole plan for this playthrough was to have super badass weapons. So, because if we weren't gonna do that, we would have stopped at Katoon 1 for weapons, and then we would have had to just stick with that for so long, and we would need so many people just to do anything, and we would spend a lot of time on the ground because we just wouldn't do enough damage. So we'll grab any spare science we have there, double check that because we're not going to make our own AI cores. That's just too much robotic stuff. We'll dabble in this sorcery called science for the sake of having the strongest weapons in the world, but that's about it. We're still a little wary of any kind of science. So we need to leave the AI core. Show research. Belts are still regular books, but probably require this higher bench. Um, training. What are we looking for? Smithing. Edgewalkers 2. Oh, no, we do need ancient science books and engineering. Okay. Okay. So, we've got those out the wazoo. As the United Cities attack us, we'll get more. We already robbed the AI cores from there. I say we go exploring some different areas. In general, the Iron Trail, the Forbidden Isle, and the Fishman Island's going to be a great place to get some, and I think we're strong enough to do that. So let's start with the Fishman Isle. We'll feel out how strong they are and go from there. We don't want to split up, though. That would be a very bad plan. And we probably don't want to go through the Deadlands. At least not yet. That's going to be something interesting we're going to do. So, not only will we take out the United Cities, the Flotsam Ninjas, like whether they're pro slavery, anti slavery, we're going to take out all of them, but we're also going to take out the Desert City. I mean, as a matter of fact, that wouldn't be the worst plan, is just get a bunch more people, take what we have, and use that to get the science we need. That would be interesting. But I don't know. I've never even tried to take them over. I can't imagine it's easy. It's got to be a hellacious fight. Because you got to think, I did like clear cat lawn with 30 people with Edge 2 weapons, but we have a better weapon for fighting robots at least. I mean, this will kind of give you an idea of where we're at in terms of strength. Like, even our weakest guys are doing okay, but that did just give me a pretty solid reminder that we basically have 4 dudes and some amateurs. So that's not looking so hot. We could try heading over to the Forbidden Isle, but I think that's going to be bad too. The only one that I think is possible would be like the Iron Trail, and I think we might be able to get AI cores here too. And I suppose we could say, oh, we should have to get maps for everything, but the maps are random. And one of the things that I kind of like the angle for this playthrough is just imagining that Narcos Trap Hat and the rulers of the Holy Nation have access to a lot of information about the world and roughly where things might be. We've sent expeditions to certain places, and so I can kind of use the game knowledge I have already. I very rarely force myself to find maps to go to the places with good science stuff. But that could be a good playthrough too. I like the idea of some very strong Shek that focus on science and still use fragment axes. So they're carrying like, Edge 3 or May 2 fragment axes and just chopping fools. But instead of wearing heavy armor, they would wear assassin rags and sandals, and then they'd only replace their arms, which I'd have to figure out some kind of trick to, but they would basically only replace their arms so that they could still wear the sandals. They have like the very maximum combat speed you can with stuff from in the game, and just swing those things around like crazy. I think that would be cool. I think just plain heavy armored people with all mechanical limbs would be good. A full robot army would be fun. I really like the idea of a robot sniper team. Just go to Sniper Alley and scoop up some people that are already crazy good with crossbows. Wow, they're going to try and take us too. We've ran into a ton of these honky boys. We got to cut them up. I mean, we were just hacking limbs off left and right. I can't wait to have like really high stats as well as being using straight up Meitu, because one of the mods I have allows me to use the Meitu weapons when crafting. So not just having one guy with a really good weapon, but everyone. It's definitely, after playing with no mods, I realized just how unbalanced it is compared to one being limited to Edge 2, but also being limited to 30 people. The fact that with just what's available with really good armor and 30 people, we were able to just run roughshod over the world, but that was heavily relying on crossbows as well. So this will kind of let me see, what's it. I could do a playthrough not modded where I just don't use crossbows. I think you get better stats faster that way because you actually are in combat and you level up more than just your shooting. You actually get toughness training from it, but I'm just kind of rambling at this point. Right now, I'm just trying to make my way to where I think we can get some AI cores. Because we could just go buy them from the skeletons, but I think that's a bridge too far. I think if we were seen consorting with skeletons of any kind, anytime, we would be hosed. But I really think it'd be fun to have a sniping team, one where we're not heavy armor at all. We start out using Eagles Crosses, like from the beginning. The plan is to go Eagles Cross, and just all of the combat we do where we actually use them is like really long range. Everything else we just use either martial arts or swords, and try to retreat from any unexpected combat, basically. Like, we would never set ourselves to ranged while walking around because we know if we accidentally hit each other, they're toast. It also would be interesting playing this playthrough or playing another playthrough, leaving this Holy Nation mod in, just making the Holy Nation even scarier. Because we're definitely way tougher and harder to hurt in this armor than the other because it actually has coverage and we actually have leg armor. The Holy Nation's actually pretty lightly armored. The UC is better armored. It's just the Holy Nation's weapons are better against armor and they're really highly skilled. And they have so many people. It's crazy how many people are just at Blister Hill alone. Just the people guarding the Phoenix. It's almost insurmountable. I couldn't figure out a great way to do it short of we're all in the 90s in stats, which would have taken forever. Especially in the group we were. We would have had to just not use crossbows for weeks and just tried to really get our stats up and get our crossbows up even higher. I did figure out you can get a really good training partner using King for crossbows. You won't you're gonna have to like plan that's what you're gonna be doing. You can't leave your base when you have him trapped, but you can trap him with like building materials storage boxes and just shoot at him, and then you'll still have room to get through if you do it right. And you can just repair him and shoot, repair him and shoot, and just keep going over and over. And you can also level your robotics if you have enough repair kits that way. Oh man, you see Peace chopping them 100 damage in one hit. That is wild. Yeah, that's one added benefit too. We're going to progress to being extremely strong, extremely fast, because we're recruiting people who already are. We're still going to have weaker guys in our squad, but eventually we're just going to have very powerful people. Because we're not going to bother recruiting anybody who isn't straight up really good from now on. Is anybody else pretty beat up? I guess I should start from the back of the ranks. Terrence, you can go take that bed. Phil. And Millie. William, where are you going to sleep? William, you can sleep over here. Ugly, you sleep over there. It isn't as good as in a bed, but these sleeping bags will be good for healing. I like how they all just retreat. This is their base, like where they were like stationary. They were staying here and they're just toast. Boris, you can heal up. Maybe we just only send our really strong guys in. Well, no, because then the little guys aren't going to get the XP they need to get better. But I was thinking we only take our strong guys in against the robots just to play it safe. Really, the most dangerous thing out here is where we're going and some of the blood spiders, because we attack kind of slow. The blood spiders are going to be really scary for some of these guys. There's what we're looking for. Looks like there's some animals hanging out at the top. That's kind of weird. Ooh, what's going on, guys? Come on. They don't seem to want to go over there, like, at all. Oh, it's not loaded in properly. Okay. We'll do a save and reload. Game's getting a little buggy with all of the people we have in it. Now we shouldn't have any trouble. Yep. There we go. I knew there was something weird when the animals were up there. That gave it away immediately. Something wasn't right. Man, I mentioned blood spiders once, and that's the third pack of them we've seen. Okay. Well, apparently that extra damage against robots really pays off. That's pretty sweet. That was way easier than I expected it to be. Ooh, that reminds me. One thing Narco's Trap taught me is to check these. I'm like 90% sure I found books there that I didn't put there. But not so lucky this time. Oh, there are two spiders up here. Interesting. Ooh, who picked up that other leg? That stuff's like probably contraband. Just kind of want to not bring that back with us just in case. Who's that that's really good at that? Is that Pin? Yeah, Pin's really good at lock picking, it looks like. Let's see. Who's the best? Oh, Righteous at 7. No, it wasn't Pin. That's funny. There's the science books. I think all of the robot stuff's bad. The repair kits we seem to be able to get away with selling, and we'll be selling somewhere when we're looking for medical supplies anyway. Not quite the loot we were hoping for, that's for sure. But there are no guarantees. Hmm. Well, that's kind of a letdown that we didn't have any AI cores, but we did get some more ancient science books, which is cool. But we seem to be way more capable of robbing robots than anything else, so we're going to want to make our way to where we're fighting robots. We do not want to fight the fish people. That looks like it's going to be brutal. Prayer day in 17 hours. Oh, we didn't drop the book off. Oh. Yep. 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 We're going to have to head home. We're going to have to pay the price for that mistake. We're going to have to head home. I didn't leave a holy flame. Well, no, they should just give us one. They might get mad. I hope not. That would suck. If they just get mad at us and start attacking us, that would kind of ruin the playthrough. I would have to figure something out there. I'm surprised we have to do prayer day considering we're legendary paladins by any measure. Oh, now I'm taking myself the wrong direction. I don't know. I don't want to risk it. I really don't. I just don't. I would rather deal with the extra time than mess this up. Pin, I want you to haul booty over there. There's not even a lot of reason for us to head back there with him. We'll head on to Flats Lagoon. We'll follow Penn and get home. It does make me wonder, with how well we did against those robots, how we would fare if we just took over Desert City. We'd probably need more guys. We would probably need more guys like Penn and Peace and Zep to be able to even think about doing that. Because if we lose there, we're going to lose badly. We're going to lose limbs. We're going to lose people. We might even lose the guy in charge, which would kind of make everything fall apart. Yikes. They were getting de-limbed. Come on, Pin, we're almost there. Well, we got back before they got here and got pissed off. That's the main thing. Ooh. Ugh. Why are you hungry? Oh, no backpack. That is terrible. Is anybody else hurting like that? No, you're good. Billy, you're good. Who's a cook? Ben. We're gonna give Ben the book. You go trade Penn. And we'll move Ben to the very back of the squad so I can find him. So Ben in Auckland Soul has the book. And he can do prayer day without us. It's just, I don't want to take the risk. We built so much around being tied to the Holy Nation. Doing a playthrough where we're fighting them just wouldn't feel right. That's not what I want to do. It would end up being very close to my other playthroughs. I've never really done one where I support the Holy Nation. I don't think a lot of people do. They're kind of woman hating, robot hating chuds, but it's interesting to role play through. Oh, prayer day wasn't even on the way yet. We weren't even in that big of a hurry. Oh, did you get lost? There we go. Let's check on the rest of the team. And we've just learned when we're on these expeditions that we can't. We're still building up our forces. We have to make do with these people until we can get to where we can destroy them. Like, we hate doing business with these dirty Shekis, but we don't have much choice. If we want to be able to uncover the things we need. Like, having killer medical supplies is going to be a big part of why we win. We sort of see it as our role to pretty much do whatever is necessary without feeling like we're actually betraying Okran. But we'll definitely be back to take down this city for having a bunch of aliens in it instead of just humans. Pin, are you coming? But I'm kind of hoping that if we're careful, we can get away with some of the places to get AI cores to at least get some Edgewalker stuff going. We'll see, though. I don't want to spend a ton of time making weapons that are subpar that we're just going to replace anyway. We already have so many people wearing them. But we're going to get another 100 dudes. Just gotta wait for Pin to catch up. But we chose him because he was one of the fastest that could move and get the job done. Looks like we're running a little low on food. We'll have to buy food while we're here, too. We'll probably spend what we have to get some ration packs. We're basically on an expedition as the first people to really step outside of the Holy Nation in a long time. Anything but the border zone and the Holy Nation is pretty much unknown to us. And while we're kind of taken aback by what we see here, we know that we don't have the power to destroy this place yet. Pin, you had stuff to sell. Oh, and they've got more backpacks now. Excellent. We'll grab those. The healing kits. We're kind of spending our money a little loosely because we know that we're making a ton of bandanas. And we should come back to a crazy amount of money from that. If we get everybody 4 ration packs, that should hold us over. We're not really afraid to spend our money. We're not trying to hoard it because at any given moment, if we're really desperate, before I figured out, oh, well, let's just have Zill make bandanas again. I just went beak thing egg hunting. We're able to take down entire beak thing nests without too much trouble. At least back when I was taking my original paladins that had gotten pretty strong. So it wasn't much of a thing to just go make some quick money if we really needed it fast. Another way we could make a ton of money is just by killing these pack beasts and confiscating their stuff. These are Western hives, so they're going to have a lot of stuff. The question is, could we take down the caravan? 62 versus 65, 67, 50, 62. They have a lot more really good guys. Well, not a lot more, but more. But we have more guys. And our limbs don't fall off. I think we're going to follow this caravan and look at taking it. I think we might be able to do it, especially if we can catch him in a fight with something else. They probably don't even recognize us or what our armor is. They probably just know to stay away from us. Or they're just completely ignorant because they're too far from the queen and have no idea. It's hard to say. But here's that opportunity we were looking for. We'll let them get bogged down a little bit from fighting the wolves. Focus down their strong fighters first. We are going to want to make sure we finish off any of these guys that drop. I probably shouldn't have Pin doing that. Should probably have somebody else do that. Yeah, they've got expensive loot. That was definitely the way to go. Where's their leader? William, you come over here. No, that's just the drone. There he is. Oh, that wolf woke back up. That's no good for us. We don't want to fight the wolf. Oh, it's all that's left. Yikes. We've already gone and dusted everybody else. Ooh, we missed a guy. So we were able to take those guys out. I think a lot of it had to do with us just having way better armor and way better weapons. Some of this stuff's just worthless, though. They only had one of the pack beasts that actually had valuables on him, which kind of stinks. But we did get more science and a decent weapon to sell off of this guy. But now we're all beat to shit. I think it seems pretty obvious from here that we need more guys to go anywhere dangerous. We can probably walk that off. I thought we killed all those guys. Bloody. Draw the sword. Kill that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We're gonna get left in the dirt here. I do not see us winning this. It's just the three best guys we have left, pretty much. Okay. Yeah. I guess we really need more guys like that. And of course, their Garuber. Just as empty. Oh, we can get lanterns this way too. I'll be darned. I hadn't even thought about that yet. Well, this is going to be a good fight for raising our toughness if we didn't lose limbs or get anyone killed. Let's start double checking. Hey, there we go. This guy has the expensive stuff. That's what we're looking for. And a bunch of food. We'll take that all day. We're not touching the filthy robotics, though. No way. Okay, there's one hive caravan boss. Where'd the other one go? Maybe a mostly dead lantern, but it's a lantern. We gotta make sure we pick up our people. Who's gonna pick up Ugly? Oh, not you. Drill, you go pick up Millie. Well, we were able to score some nice science stuff and a couple lanterns, but we're pretty badly injured. Let's head back to Flats Lagoon, see if we can sleep this off. Sell off the expensive stuff we stole. I just want to make sure nobody's starving to death randomly. Everybody's doing alright. Okay. We don't want to sell the medical supplies or any of the science. We'll absolutely sell the skeletal repair kits, though. So coming here is like my new favorite way to make early game money. You've just got to get here safely, and you've got to know how to start the turf war between the tech hunters and the hivers. But you also, if you have a capable force, can just come here and make a fortune robbing them. You just got to be capable enough to take them out, and you got to do it away from Flats Lagoon, at least by a little bit, or the tech hunters will join in, and then you won't be welcome here. It's no good. But we made a nice tidy profit to make up for what we had spent, which is really good. Pin, you don't need to go to bed. Phil, put Ugly in there. Terrence, you go back to bed. We're just going to heal up everyone that we can. And I think that'll be a really good place to close it out. We've hit a good stopping point. We went on an expedition to claim some science and some AI cores. We didn't find any AI cores yet, but I think that we're strong enough to try for some other stuff, especially if the main enemies are going to be robots. So I'm going to make my way to the Iron Trail and the Forbidden Isle and see what we can do. I don't want to fight the fishmen with how slow some of these guys are. I think I need to take our expedition force through at least some basic strength training, or eventually just kick any weaklings out. No, that's not going to work. I don't want to wait to hire more people. So yeah, we'll probably put them through a basic strength training camp. I know where and how to set that up pretty quickly. We'll just take them to Mongrel, exploring the fog, and then we'll fill our backpacks with iron and walk out of there hopefully alive. That'll get everyone nice and strong. Because the only other option is to try and. How else could we do it? The only other real option is just mine up the iron ourselves, and that doesn't sound fun. Sounds like a waste of resources when we could just go to Mongrel, buy the backpacks we need, load them up, and leave. So I'm going to let these guys heal, and I think that's going to be our next step. We realize that they can't even swing their weapons properly, and it's because they're not strong enough. And we're going to put them through a small strength training camp. I think I've showed it before, but really all it is you get the iron from one of the drills that's actually working in Mongrel, and you're able to load up backpacks really fast that way. Even without mods, there's a backpack shop, so that's the plan. We're going to call it for the week. Monday morning we'll start strong. Hopefully everybody's feeling better. So far I'm already better, so that's good to go. And we'll get these guys' strength up over the weekend. I probably won't do anything else except just fight off whoever decides to attack me. If we get any juicy recruits, we'll add them to the Inquisition. If not, these will be the guys we take out to go look for AI cores on Monday. All right, thanks, guys.